So, Ravens flock, three things in this world are guaranteed: death, taxes, and Lamar Jackson being disrespected during the offseason. Earlier today, it was announced that ESPN put out like a ranking list talking about the top quarterbacks in the NFL, and they ranked Lamar Jackson as the fourth best quarterback. Not the first, not the second, the fourth. Despite the fact that Lamar is literally coming off of a historic season on so many levels, it's a historic season. They still are trying, and they're trying their absolute best to try to downplay his greatness. We're still seeing this. It's very, very, I'm going to say sad at this point, because ultimately, when it's all said and done, when Lamar Jackson retires, these are the same people that are going to be blazing Lamar nonstop, replaying highlights of Lamar, acting as if they were fans, but during his prime, instead of acknowledging how elite he is, they look for any opportunity to try to push other players below him. Push to try to downplay his greatness and belittle him, and also to try to make it seem like these other players are superior. So the three quarterbacks they had listed above Lamar Jackson were Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Joe Burrow. Now, out of those three quarterbacks, the only quarterback who you could have like a reasonable argument about is Patrick Mahomes, of course, because Patrick Mahomes has had more career accomplishments than Lamar. He's the only quarterback that has had more career accomplishments than Lamar Jackson. He has won 3 Super Bowls. He's been to like 6. He's made the AFC Championship game 8 years in a row. Now, has Mahomes truly been the best quarterback in football the past couple years? In my opinion, no. I think it's pretty clear that since Tyreek Hill left the building, this Chiefs offense has been very limited. And Mahomes, even though he's still good, he hasn't been setting the world on fire like he did his first couple seasons as a starter. Because on top of the fact that Tyreek Hill left, obviously Travis Kelce, he's getting a little older. He's a shell of himself. And on top of that, they never really developed a running game like that. Isaiah Pacheco's mid. He's overrated. And so, it never, like, they're in a weird space, right? Despite that, the Chiefs have still managed to win a lot. Like, Mahomes' record in the playoffs is I think it's like 16-4. Like, it's obviously impressive. Now, is that all on Mahomes? No. The Chiefs as a whole have stepped up in big moments. Like, you could look at any Super Bowl that Mahomes has been in. Mahomes has never played well in any Super Bowl he's been in. But it's a team sport, so the entire team steps up, they win. And, obviously Mahomes is going to get credit for that because he'll make just enough plays to where things will work out. But now, as far as the other quarterbacks they put above Lamar, they put Josh Allen above Lamar. And they've been consistently doing this for the entirety of Lamar and Josh Allen's career. And I find it pretty laughable because one of the main arguments that they're trying to use now is he's coming off of MVP. Well, Lamar's come off of 2 different MVP seasons, and they still, after those seasons, they still put Josh over Lamar. They say, well, Josh Allen, he's having to do more with less. Mind you, Lamar Jackson, for the first 5 years of his career, was playing with mostly, I'm not even going to disrespect anybody. He was playing with very subpar weapons at best for the first 5 years of his career. Lamar Jackson literally led the league in touchdowns, had the most accurate season by a 21-year-old quarterback of all time, was lighting up every team he went up against. And he was doing all this while throwing the ball to Seth Roberts, Willie Snead, and a rookie Hollywood Brown who was playing on one good foot, because people forget Hollywood had like a screw in his foot or whatever that for his rookie year. So he wasn't even playing at his full capabilities. And during this time period, when Lamar was having to throw the ball to guys like that, when Lamar was having to play within a limiting offense that was being run by, guys like Greg Roman. During this time period, Josh Allen was fine. Josh Allen barely escaped the title of being a bust once they brought in Stephon Diggs. And this was Stephon Diggs in his prime. He was easily a top 5 receiver in football. And on top of that, the Bills at that time literally had the number 2 defense in football behind the Patriots. And despite all that, Josh Allen still was leading the league in turnovers and still was coming up short in the playoffs. But yet, still, even during that time when Lamar won that MVP, guess what? They still put Josh over Lamar. They've done this every single year. So I think it's laughable when they now try to say that Lamar has so much help, as if Josh Allen didn't have a... Listen, Stephon Diggs at his peak was better than any receiver that the Ravens have had in Lamar's career. I like Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers at his best, at least so far, he's not Stephon Diggs. He's not even close. Maybe he can, maybe he can have a major breakout this year and prove that he is that. But as of right now, based off his first 2 years, he's not making play. He's making plays, but he's not making plays at the level of Stephon Diggs. And neither is Rashad Bateman. It's no knock on them, just a statement on the difference of the different caliber of weapons that Lamar has now compared to what Josh Allen had several years ago. That being said, another thing that they will use against Lamar when trying to elevate Josh Allen is they'll say, well, Josh Allen has played better in the playoffs. Now, that's true to an extent, but that's lacking a lot of context because, like, at the end of the day, Josh Allen his playoff history has essentially been the opposite of his regular season history. His regular season, he's taken a lot of risk, got unlucky, had a lot of turnovers. The playoffs, he's taken risk, got unlucky, though the ball did not get turned over. Best example is literally the AFC Championship game we just watched, where he threw at least 4 interceptions in that game, and all 4 of them were dropped. But regardless of that, when you say that Lamar Jackson has not won a Super Bowl, neither has Josh Allen. And also on top of that, Josh Allen has played in a cupcake division for his entire career, whereas Lamar Jackson has had to compete in the AFC North, which is not even a conversation. The AFC East is beyond soft. Like, they don't hold the candle to what the AFC North puts you through. But it is what it is. Then they put Joe Burrow above Lamar Jackson as well. And this one was also very fascinating because Joe Burrow, again, also a good quarterback. All of these quarterbacks are good quarterbacks. However, I think it's very interesting that when the Bengals come up short every year, when they start off slow, they can't make the playoffs. Like, they can't get out of their own way in the regular season. Their number one excuse is, well, Joe Burrow's defense is just really bad. They're letting him down. But at the end of the day, we've as Ravens fans, we have seen multiple seasons where the Ravens defense is garbage and then Lamar Jackson has to carry. See, people conveniently forget that because what ends up happening is the defense will play like trash for a period of time. Then Lamar's carrying. And then the defense turns it around, whether it be because they legitimately turned around, like when Mike McDonald finally started to get into his groove and come into his own, or it'll be scenarios like last year where the defense was still bad towards the end of the year, but we just got to the easier part of our schedule, so they didn't look as bad anymore. Either way, Lamar has still had moments where he has had to carry a subpar defense. Despite the fact that we have all of these high-profile players on this defense, there have been many instances where these guys can't stop anybody. And nobody wants to hear that excuse for Lamar, but yet we're trying to hear that excuse for Joe Burrow. That, to me, that doesn't make sense. And again, they'll bring the playoff element into it and say, well, Joe Burrow has been to a Super Bowl. That is true. He has been to a Super Bowl, and he lost that Super Bowl. So who cares? As a matter of fact, the quarterback on the other team that beat him was Matthew Stafford, but you guys aren't putting Matthew Stafford above Joe Burrow on this list. Either way, this list is heavily rooted in bias. It's pretty obvious. Lamar Jackson rubs a lot of people the wrong way, even though Lamar Jackson's a very quiet guy. He's a very low-key guy. He's not getting caught up in crazy controversies. He's not he again just staying to himself, just trying to get better. But the reason he's so polarizing is because, again, people simply just don't like his look. He doesn't look like what they want their ideal quarterback to be. If you guys remember that clout chaser last year who said that Lamar was not quarterbacky enough, like she likes her quarterbacks quarterbacky, it's that same sort of dumbass mindset that a lot of these people have, where instead of them looking at things objectively and focusing on talent, focusing on results, certain results, such as Lamar Jackson being the only quarterback ever to have a 40 touchdown and 4 interception season, Lamar Jackson literally having the 4th highest passer rating in a season of all time, Lamar Jackson breaking the NFL record for most games with a perfect passer rating, and he broke that record in less than 30% of the games that it took Tom Brady and Peyton Manning to set that record. We could go on and on here. They will ignore all of this and say, well, he's still not good. He's still not this. He's still not that. And even when we win a Super Bowl, these sort of ridiculous digs are going to still happen because, number one, these people are never going to truly acknowledge how elite Lamar is until he's gone. And by then it'll be too late because, the time has passed. But also because many of these people don't want to admit that they were wrong. And so they know if they just keep pushing the same narratives every year, where they keep trying to elevate other quarterbacks over him, they know that, hey, enough fans will buy into whatever they're saying and listen to them. And then from there, they're just going to go and repeat the same narratives. And unfortunately, many people believe that perception is reality. Most people don't question, and this is bigger than football. This is just life. Many people can be easily brainwashed. They don't question the reality around them. If they hear something enough times, they'll just take it at face value. Just like and these media heads, they know that. They know if they keep trying to elevate certain quarterbacks over Lamar, they know that most of these idiots are going to believe that and agree with that and repeat those talking points. But then also for the people like me or you who disagree, they know that that rage bait will be able to get them more clicks and more views, and that it is what it is. But let me know, were you shocked by this list disrespecting Lamar and putting him at 4th, or is this something that you saw coming? And then also, are you tired of this pretty much annual event that we experience where Lamar Jackson will be disrespected during the off season? and it's used as content. Are you tired of it?